I get real scared with something because I know, oh shit, 2 more people gonna die. Like, oh no. So to me, I'm gonna list my list of 3 that people that just passed away. Colt Brennan. Y'all remember Colt Brennan? Colt Brennan, Hawaiian legend, Hawaiian football legend. He played for the University of Hawaii. Like in 2006, he led the league in like touchdowns and wins. He was beating everybody like 60 to nothing. He was just destroying teams. And it was for people in the crowd, he was a white boy. He was a white boy from California. Like he was like an Eminem story, wasn't he? You remember he was like an Eminem guy. Like he just was just. And it was when Eminem was famous too. So we got this white boy. He's a quarterback, and he was just sitting, just throwing bombs. We had 2 NFL receivers that we know that was just catching it. They end up going to the NFL. Devon Best and the other dude. But they were just catching touchdowns. And damn, this dude just died. Like, fuck. That's 1. 2 was my brother. My brother just passed away. So I gotta tell some stories about my brother. My brother real crazy. Like, he was the one. He still lived down the hallway from me. He was trying to get my attention. The way he get my attention is way you get any man's attention. Ladies, listen up. If you want a man's attention, just give him some pussy. Like what he did was like he had these girls that knew they liked me, but they was too scared to talk to me. So he was just like, no, I'll set it up. So this dude was just sending me chicks to come knock at my door that I don't have to say nothing. Like, so I had to make this guy my fraternity brother. Like, yo, you're in. Like, that is awesome. As a freshman, like, this the French sent me, can I come in? Like, yes, you can. Like, it was amazing. School, that's why I tell kids to go to college. If you got a teenager that's iffy about going to college, come talk to me. Because I'll tell a kid to go to college. It's so fun. Like, they got these things called party schools. Yeah, like you take like 2 classes a day, the rest of the time you getting high, going to parties, having sex. It's amazing. Go to school, kids. Like, it's the most amazing thing ever, especially if you're a guy. Because like, it's like 5 times more women than there is men. Like, so go to college, y'all. Get your education. That's my fraternity, bro. That's 2. The 3rd one is my man, Paul Mooney. Paul Mooney, Paul Mooney was just a beast on the mic. Paul Mooney's a big inspiration. Like, he would just say shit that's just like, yo, you can't say that on David Letterman. Like, what the fuck? Like shit. Like, yo. Like, this generation knows him as Negro Damas. He was on the Dave Chappelle show, Negro Damas. And he would just say things like, he went on a Dave Letterman show. And talk to, I'm gonna say his joke because he's not here, so he can't sue me. I mean, when he went on the Dave Letterman show, it was just like, yeah, there was this white man, it was this white kid, right? He was like, he had it, he asked his dad, he's like, you know, I want to know how it is. I'm claiming that I'm black, and he went to the, he put chocolate cake all over his face and was like, hey mom, I'm black, and she was like, smack. Like, damn. Then he went over to his father and was like, hey dad, look, I'm black. Dad was like, smack, bam. So then he went to the grandfather, like, did you learn anything? He was like, yeah. He's like, I only been black for a couple minutes, and I already hate you white motherfuckers. On the Dave Letterman show. Like, oh shit. Holy shit. Oh, fuck. Damn. He wrote. Paul, rest in peace, Paul Mooney and shit. If there's a heaven for a G, he's up there. I mean, damn. It's crazy. What else happening to me? There's an epidemic going on. Y'all following the epidemic? Everybody, like, we gotta cover our faces now. The epidemic, yeah. It's an epidemic of Karens. Oh, I love white women. Let me get this right first. I love me some white women. White women love me, so I love white women. I mean, so they take care of you too. You know, it's a biological fact, a mathematical fact that if you date a white woman, your credit gets better by like 10%. 10%, dog. 10%. Damn, like. But yeah, like I ran into a Karen the other day, just in my neighborhood. Like, I'm part Karen. Let me get this out the way too, because I'm part Karen. I will call the police on somebody real quick. There's some shit going on. I'm such a good Karen. I got a job as a Karen. It's called resident manager. That means, oh, that's my job. Like, I ain't gonna sit there and get involved. Nope. Call the police. Call the police. This lady came up to me the other day. She's not even a resident manager or nothing. She's just on a job. Like, yo, she just came up to me. She's like, just snitching. Like, I mean, none of her business. She's like, did you see this guy walking around here with a jacket? Like, I called the police on him. He was walking around. Like, why you snitching? He ain't doing nothing. Like, damn. I had a Karen run up on me one time. I got 6 jobs. Let's get this out the way. So I'm gonna be flipping between different stories for different jobs. Well, during the pandemic, I had this job that I really didn't want to fucking do because I wanted to go on unemployment like everybody else. Like, I would much rather sit on my ass, you know what I mean, and play video games and get money. But no, they made me an essential worker. Damn. I don't want fuck, like, damn. I gotta be an essential worker. You know what's essential? What's so essential? Being an Uber driver. For real? Come on, like, damn. No, lay me off. Like, no. No, so I'm out there just dodging the corona. You know what I mean? Anytime somebody sneezes, I'm like, this is my scent. You see what that smell is? You ain't getting me. Fuck that. You not getting me. But in the midst of the pandemic, like, people weren't driving around, so it was like a lot of times. So I had to turn on Uber Eats. Fucking hate Uber Eats. Like, fuck everybody that order Uber Eats too. Like, why y'all don't be tipping? Y'all know we get like $4. Like, we gotta deliver these meals, and y'all think we get like $4, and then nobody tipping no more. Like, oh damn, this is not good. Like, it's cool if you come out to the car and get the food from my hand. We all love that. When you make me go up 60 flights of stairs. Oh. But one time I'm in this neighborhood, and I understand I look creepy, ladies. I understand I look creepy. I know I look, especially at night and shit. You know what I mean? Just stay away. I understand how I look. So I kind of understand. So I'm driving through this neighborhood, and it's one that I hate these neighborhoods where everything look the same. Like, they all look the same, but then you gotta look real good at the door. So I'm this creepy ass dude just walking at night with a flashlight looking at people's doors. Like, I'm scared myself because I'm like, yo, somebody can shoot me. Like, this is stand your grounds state, right? I'm at their door, like, they gonna shoot me. Oh no. Like, but luckily, this Karen came out on me, like, ooh, she was on the job. Like, who are you? What are you doing here? Like, she was like, I'm an Uber driver. Prove it. Like, how the fuck I'm gonna prove I'm an Uber driver? Like, oh shit. Damn, like, I got a pizza here. Is it yours? So luckily the dude came out like, oh, I'm sorry, it's pizza. And I'm like, damn, man, I gave him the pizza. Gave him the pizza, walked away, drove around, no fucking tip. Like, damn. Oh, I should have spit in his food. Man, this is crazy. I got this job, like, I just started working in radio again. I worked in radio for 12 years. Then I quit for 3 years because I became an Uber driver. Oh, Uber fuck your whole plans up, like. Yeah, Uber fuck your, because it makes so much money. You know what I mean? So you sitting there and I made it in one night what takes me a whole week to make a radio. So as soon as I did this one night, next day, got a fucking attitude. Like, I ain't doing this shit no more. Like, fuck that. They like, make coffee, bitch. I got Starbucks. I got money now. Like, I'm not gonna make no coffee. Go get your own coffee. Like, take out the trash. Here's $5. You take out the trash. I'm not, you know what I mean? I was flexing on them, dog. I was flexing. Yeah, so I quit that. And I was like, fuck this job. Like, you ever have a job like that where you just walk in and just say, fuck this job? There was this, I used to work at the Blaisdell as a sports announcer. I'm a sports announcer too. That's another one of my jobs. I'm a sports announcer. Yep. But I worked at the Neil Blaisdell Center. Neil Blaisdell Center is funny because they had this employee that just said, fuck this job, I'm out. And it was the elephant at the circus. There was an elephant, our local people, if you remember this, there was an elephant at the circus at the Neil Blaisdell. This is why we don't have elephants in circuses now. But the elephant name was Tight. So he's in the job, and he came in just like I did with a fucking attitude. Like, the elephant came in, he just like, they was like, walk around. No, I'm not walking around. Fuck that. So they just start hitting the elephant. Elephant started hitting back. Next thing you know, elephant's free. He just starts hitting people like, starts stop. It was the most horrendous thing. It's all on YouTube. Tight the elephant just got out and then he just freed himself because he had attitude at his job. So Tight the elephant walks out and he's hungry, so there's a Jack in the Box across the street. So this is a true story. What's funny is there was this gate between him and Jack in the Box. One man tried to hold this elephant down with the gate. He's out of the way. Boom! He just flies across the street like, damn, elephant's coming out. He starts running towards Jack in the Box, and the fucking cops killed him. Damn! You know why they killed him? Because he was an African elephant. Fucking cops! Fuck! It's like, no, we don't got racism here. We don't got that problem here. You know why we don't got that problem here? Because we keep all our white people in one place so we can watch all. We call it Kailua. That's what that's what we watching. We can watch them from the hill. On the top, we be like, they cool, they not organizing, they not blowing shit up, we cool. It's scary. It's funny being here because if you look at me, I look like I'm Hawaiian. Like, I know people look at me because I'm Puerto Rican. And Puerto Rican fit in anyway. Whatever we going on, that's what's going on. But people ask me all the time, like, Paco, do you feel like you belong here? Do you feel like you're a local? I'm like, no, I don't. Like, no, this is a vacation for me. You know what the reality is? The hood. I grew up in scary North Philly. I grew up in the hoods of all hoods. So Hawaii's fucking awesome. It's amazing living in Hawaii. You see things all the time that you never see on the mainland. You know what you see here in Hawaii that you never see in the mainland? Just chicks walking around in bikinis. Like, damn, that's amazing. I'm from East Coast. I'm from Philadelphia. It's cold in Philly. Like, you don't ever see a girl walking around in a bikini. And if she do, she done got roofied or something. They done put something in a drink, and she's walking around like, oh, go get her. Like, oh, damn. But in Hawaii, it's a natural thing. It's the beach life. When you're in the beach life, there's the rules of reverse. Like, guys, we could go topless all the time. We can take off your shirt right now, sir, and nobody's gonna say nothing. I'll take off my shirt. Look, nothing. Nobody saying nothing. Let Jessica take off her shirt right here. Everybody's cheering, everybody's yelling, like, yeah! We start chanting, Jessica. You might get jewelry. Somebody's gonna be like, here, this is for you. Like, you gonna get some money out there. It's like, you know what I mean? That's the beach life. It's crazy how that works out. But you know what girls could do? Too, another thing girls could, they could walk around with their butt out with these thong bikinis. These girls walk around in thong bikinis. To me, it's just amazing. Once again, like, oh, her butt is out. Like, and the guys gotta pretend like we don't see it. You know what I mean? So a girl walk in with a thong, we gotta act like, okay, act normal, guys. But as soon as you leave, ladies, you just made all the fellas happy. Like, they just go, we all look at each other like, did you see that? Like, yeah, like, awesome. Like, oh yeah, that's a good. But guys, we can't do that. No, guys, no, don't do that. You know, if you come out bottomless in the public, you going to jail. That's sex assault. Don't do that shit. No, man, no. My name Paco Loco. You can find me on Facebook. I'm on YouTube, and I'm also on Pornhub. If you look me up, Paco Loco. Ladies and gentlemen, I would like to introduce to you the star for this evening. She's new to the comedy scene. I call her Hollywood because she looked like a Hollywood star already. Ladies and gentlemen, please make some noise for Liz Barney.
So much. My name is Liz. I like how Paco's been an Uber driver. Yeah, like, let's give it up for essential workers who were driving us around during the pandemic. Yeah, thank you. Thank you. And, you know, Uber drivers have also done something else for me this year. Uber drivers actually taught me how to date better. True story. I just moved back to Oahu a couple months ago, and I started going on dates again. I was on the Big Island. There's no men on Big Island, but there's men on Oahu, so I went on some dates. And I went on a date in Waikiki with this guy, and he couldn't get an Uber. He had to wait like a really long time for an Uber, and when the Uber picked us up, the Uber driver was super rude to us. And it was in that moment, it took me a couple more dates to realize this, but I found out that that guy was actually, my date was actually a jerk. And that's where I realized the Uber, not being able to get an Uber and being a jerk should have been my first sign. Because I always get picked up. The second I put an Uber request out, I get picked up right away. And I get picked up by really nice Uber drivers because of a 5-star rating. And Uber drivers have told me, if you don't have a star, like a 5-star rating or a 4.5 or above, they're not going to even pick you up. So that's when I realized, you know, like when you go on dates, people are always like, oh, show me the money, la da 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 da. Like, forget that. I don't want money. I want a nice guy. If you go on a date, you can skip a lot by just asking them to show you your Uber rating. Like, don't show me the money. Like, show me the Uber. Like, bust it out. Let's see. Yeah. No. But, I first moved here from Hawaii 10 years ago for a job as a special education teacher. And I did discover that the best thing about being in Hawaii is that I don't even have to have a personality anymore. Like, the second people hear the word Hawaii come out of my mouth, they're like, oh my God. And then from that second, they don't hear a single thing that comes out of your mouth after the word Hawaii. And I don't blame them. Like, it's kind of like asking your boyfriend to listen to a story about work when you're undressing. Like, nobody's listening to a single thing that's coming out of your fucking mouth, right? They're using you, so this is what I say, like, the people are just basically using you for, like, if orgasms were a vacation, they're using you for, like, a virtual fantasy vacation. It's just like their form of, like, masturbation. So, case in point, actually, I had to call Verizon customer service last week, and I got on the phone with somebody, and he was like, oh, where are you calling from? And I said, oh, I'm calling from Hawaii. And he was like, oh, Hawaii, huh? What's the weather like there? And for anybody who's had this conversation with people on the mainland, it's the equivalent of, so what are you wearing? And I was like, well, you know, it's fit. He was like, oh, I've been to Maui. Have you been to Maui? It's super sunny there. And I was like, well, it's actually the rainy season, so it's been pouring. And he's like, oh yeah, but it's been pouring Mai Tais all day. And then, so when people ask me when I'm calling from, next time I'm just going to say I'm calling from Ohio. Yeah. But I had a friend come here that really likes hiking, actually. So I got to do something about hiking. Yeah. One of my friends from like hiking years ago came out. I haven't seen him in years. This is awesome. This is Arnold. Arnold is like a beast of the mountains. He can hike like any ridgeline. He's like, yeah, in like 30 seconds. It's pretty insane. It's the one time that actually being fast is good for a guy. But actually, true story, so one of my other roommates, she's a trail runner, and I've discovered that this is a thing for trail runners here, is they're all on this app called Strava. And they're all basically trying to compete for who can get the fastest time. And so like when they go hiking with each other, they get on Strava and they're like, oh, what's your time on this? What's your time on this? Like, can you imagine if there was an app like that for like sexual compatibility? Right? Like, you're like, oh, pull it up, let's see. But in that time, you know, again, being fast would probably be a bad thing. But I do love hiking here. Does anyone else like hiking? Okay, what's your favorite hike?
Not yours. Waihe Ridge on Maui.
Maui, okay, well, get on a plane.
I know.
Diamond, of course! Paco, catering to the tourists, of course. Thank you for your service. But I love how we make hiking like it's something kind of like, excuse me. I love how we make out like hiking is some kind of like unique activity when hiking is really just the original form of transportation, right? Before we had pavement or cars or anything like that, we're really just kind of like walking around on bare earth on our feet now, right? But like now, it's like this cool, exclusive activity. And I feel like this really rang home for me when I realized hiking as an activity is the epitome of white privilege. And I know I am a white girl and I am so privileged. And I spent 7 months in Costa Rica, and I dated this local boy when I was there. And I'd be like, oh, on the weekends, do you want to go hiking? And he'd just look at me and he'd go, girl, I spend 10 hours a day carrying heavy things up into the mountain for work. And you want to do me on my one day off to do that for free. He's like, what else do you want me to do? Like bust out a sledgehammer and start like breaking open rocks? And I'm like, no, babe, that's CrossFit. Like, this is really hard to do without a ghost. Sorry, I am really new, but I can do it without my notes. I usually have my phone and I have everything written down. But you know, I really just like hiking for the clothing. Like this is like probably my first day that I've ever not just been wearing like Patagonia. And my friend was like, the owner of Patagonia actually said, the more you know, the less you need. Which is actually really bad advertisements for a clothing company that's trying to sell stuff. Like, if I need your stuff, does that make me stupid? There's actually a group called the Naked Hikers of Hawaii. I was like, they must be geniuses, right? They don't need me. Just go out there. Yeah. But really, I do love Patagonia. I'm like always wearing it. And people be like, Liz, why are you always wearing hiking clothes? Like wherever you go. And I'm like, hey, you just never know when your car's gonna break down. You're gonna have to assume the original mode of transportation, right? Like, do you wonder if like the wild boars up in the mountains, like they wake up and like one boar turns to the other and is like, hey, honey, you want to go scavenge for some food today? And they're like, I don't really feel like hiking. I think I'm just gonna starve today. But people do say that I am really down to earth and I really like feel comfortable being out in the mountains. Does anyone feel really more comfortable being in the mountains than in the city? Yeah, me too. And I think it's honestly because I grew up on a farm. Yeah. So when I was 9 years old, my dad moved us all to a farm in the middle of a 1,200 person town, right? And everyone knew us as the Amish family with 40 goats. Like, you know it's bad when you move to a town full of meth labs and you're the odd one. Right? Like, on one hand, we had to wear bonnets to show our submission to God, and like bonnets down to, and the dresses down to here, right? And on the other hand, I had to spend my like afternoons training how to shoot all different kinds of guns to prepare for the apocalypse, right? And my dad told me that we were called to be a peculiar people, which is, at least I was able to live up to one of his expectations. But people would always tell me I grew up in a cult, and I was like, no, like I really wish I had grown up in a cult because it was just my dad's unique combination of ideas, right? And but thankfully I had siblings, right? So I wasn't allowed to go to school, I wasn't allowed to watch TV, but I had siblings, and my parents just kept making siblings. My dad was a real do-it-yourself guy. He was like, why would you recruit people for the militia when you can just make your own? So those were my friends, yeah. But I appreciated it, like, right? Like, you know, most kids, like, they would be out in, you know, like when you were in 6th grade turning the pages of your history book, I was out in the barn, like, churning butter, yeah. And when, like, teenagers were, like, up there, like, grinding up against guys, you know, and all that stuff, I was in the kitchen grinding fresh ground flour to make bread. Yeah. I had no idea what was going on. I didn't have TV, I didn't go to school, no. So when I went to college, I was like, what is this world? Like, what is going on? I was like shell-shocked. I was like, what do you mean the helicopters aren't always spying on us? Like, where's your gun? That was terrifying. I was like, what is this alternate reality? And then I was like, oh, turns out I'm the odd one. But I didn't really know what was going on, and that's probably why my first boyfriend in college was gay. There's nothing wrong with that. It was a great arrangement for us because he got to bring home a girl to his family and pretend like he was straight, and I got to pretend like I had a loving family. It was the first time I'd ever had a loving family, and it actually worked out really great for us. It was, yeah, I mean, hey, whatever. But the thing is that, like, people will hate on me for, you know, like, okay, maybe I had some questionable dating choices at first. I had to work through it and figure it out. But I will tell you one thing. My first boyfriend had an incredible Uber rating. Yeah. For sure. How many time? 5 minutes? Oh my god. Okay. What else should I talk about? Oh my god, this is really hard.
You're hosting. You can do what you want.
You got this.
What else should I talk about?
She pulled out her phone.
I did, I
She's like,
know,
fuck
I
the
know.
notes. Like, I can't do paper.
I'm sorry, I'm really... Okay. Okay, so actually, this is Melissa. You just moved here during COVID, right? Oh, but you didn't move here because of COVID. Did anyone come here because of COVID? Like no. Dang it. Okay, so one thing I did discover when I moved back to Oahu and I started dating again is there's a whole bunch of COVID refugees here. And COVID refugees are basically, I've never had to talk this long in my life. COVID refugees are basically this herd of people that have come here and they're like, okay, so like I packed my bag in the middle of the night and I just one suitcase and I fled the city to escape the pandemic and come to Hawaii and work remotely on this island. And they tell me like, and they put this on their page profile, like what's the most spontaneous, bravest thing you've ever done, right? I'm like, people, that is not an act of valor, calm down. Like, that's an act of vacation. But the other thing that I discovered when I started going on dates with these COVID refugees, I've never really dated around before in my life, ever. And they told me like, oh, women just use men for free like meals, right? Which sometimes might be true, but men use women for free therapy. This is what I learned from going for dates. Yeah, right? I fucking earned that meal. I had to listen to 2 hours of more mama drama. And I'm like, oh, I'm so sorry. Oh, that sounds so hard. That must have been so difficult. And how did that make you feel? Right? Like, I don't just eat a dinner. Like, give me a fucking gift card. Like, and if I'm gonna have to listen to people's like free therapy and drama for whatever, like, at least make it interesting. Like, tell me how you like rode your yacht across the ocean, like, you know, to escape the COVID pandemic. Like, juice it up a little bit for me or something like that. But I'm having a really hard time. This is really long.
You're doing great. You're doing 2 more minutes.
2 more minutes. Oh my god.
You're doing great.
I am really nervous.
You're awesome.
This is really hard for me to talk about
Yeah.
being off my phone. But okay. Thank you. You guys are not COVID refugees, so where are you all from? Georgia. Okay. Georgia. Huh. Got like a whole peach orchard here. That's great. And what brought you from Georgia to Hawaii? Family's military. Okay. My son? Okay. Oh, okay. So what is the weirdest thing that you've seen since you came here?
Is it this?
Besides this.
The crackhead who stole my moped.
The crackhead who stole your moped. Oh, I got news for you. It's just next door.
True.
It's probably true. I don't know. He said it's not true. I think I really don't think that I could do anymore. Can I
Yeah,
Can I give it up to our next comic? This is really difficult for you guys. I appreciate it. Thank you. Thank you so much. I am very shy. Okay, our next comic coming up is the amazing, the incredible, the one and only Tony Karate.
Yeah! Awesome. Thank you, everybody. Believe me, the baby makes it wild for everybody. It's just like, this is probably the most dangerous place in America right now, right? Like, I'm not even, you don't, right? Isn't this like kind of like, and it's right now it's going on the internet. That's right! That's right, world. This is what fucking freedom looks like. Right? everyone, if these people that you hear tonight said any of the things we said in this room anywhere else in the universe, we would lose our jobs for sure. Is this right? This is crazy. You would never say any of these things outside of this setting. Like, this is crazy. This is crazy. Like, if you want to do something dangerous, this is dangerous, all right? They'll just completely ruin your life now. For everything that happens here, Rohan doesn't care. How are they gonna come at you, Rohan?
Come on, bro.
It's impossible to hurt this guy. That's a free man right there. 3 weeks ago, he was giving out free tattoos outside. That's how dangerous this place is here, and there's a baby in here. So, I'm so glad they don't absorb language yet. Just positive feelings. Oh, you're in a safe place physically, just not mentally. You're looking at a lot of years of trauma on stage right now. So, you have such a bright future in front of you. Yay! Look at that! Like, see that? Everyone, look at that. That's what a loving childhood looks like. Most of these people haven't seen that. You know what I mean? They have no idea what this looks like. You're the exotic animal in here. Oh, that's so crazy. Wow. Yeah. I love that. You know what's funny? It's like, this is another thing that you can tell you're amongst the poors. We all have like, we all have gig economy stories. We all have like Uber, in my case, Lyft driving stories. So I don't know if any of you are considering a career in Lyft. Any gentlemen, the ladies, no? Okay. Nice way to earn extra money on the weekend. I'll tell you what it's really about, okay? In my experience, my driving Lyft, it's all about public urination. Yeah, that's what they don't tell you, is hours in a car, powered up on energy drinks, you have to pee a tremendous amount. Alright, and I used to drive between like 10 p.m. and 5 a.m. There are no public restrooms available. Let me reiterate that. Everybody's lawns became a public restroom for me between these hours of the evening, okay? So, and I just want to tell you something because you look like a gentleman. Okay? I know that's weird to say, but there's something like together about you where I'm like, health insurance, yeah. I feel that, like, you know what I mean? Like you've probably been to the dentist. So, you know what I mean? Yeah, see. I daydream about stuff like that. You know what I mean? So, but in my experience, Lyft was a lot, because I started off as what I feel was like a civilized Lyft driver. I used to urinate in bottles. But I don't know, I felt like they detracted from the passenger experience if they knew the cargo I was carrying. Right? I don't know. Nothing like picking someone at the airport, like, what's that? Nothing. Move along, ma'am. Carry on extra. Yeah. Don't drive Lyft, it's a terrible life. I gotta continue this because Paco and I were getting high and I can't think about anything else. How crazy is it that we're so obsessed about racism that the aliens ain't the #1 story? I'm like, I don't know, you bro, I don't know, anybody other guys in here? I've been waiting my whole life for this! Right? That's right, ladies! Aliens are real! Oh, never gonna let my wife live that one down. You know what I mean? I was the child all my life. No, fuck that. Independence Day. It's like a history movie now. You know what I mean? It's that, and that's what makes me happy. Isn't it that's funny? Isn't that what's funny at the time when race is gonna just tear us all apart? The aliens have come to save us. Right? Did anybody here watch Independence Day? You guys want to talk about Will Smith? Have you not seen this? It's a travesty what they're doing with our education system nowadays. I can't fucking believe you haven't seen Independence Day. All right. I don't know how to describe it other than you know Will Smith. He teams up with, like, white president, right? And saves the entire world, America specifically. That's right, fucking Europeans. Our Air Force, our technology, China. All right, we did that shit. I love it. It's everything I love. Will Smith, America. America saving the world. How did you know? It's a travesty. This is not a more popular subject right now. It's really alarming me. I feel like fuck schools. We need to go back to indoctrination camps. They know how to do it back then. They used to beat America into our children. They used to make you pray. You had to ask God for help that you were going to make it through that experience on the prairie. Sorry. I don't know why this is traumatizing to anybody here. Nobody here has this experience. Maybe that's why. Like, Hawaii is like this really consequence, racism-free environment. You know what I mean? It's like a multi-ethnic place where nobody uses condoms. So, isn't that crazy? I don't know. See, that might alarm people who aren't from here, the lack of condom usage. But also, when you look at it, like, there was no COVID here. So I think people have just really adopted this I'm invincible attitude here. But yeah, no condoms, a lot of high school pregnancies. You know, my wife. that's how I met her. But I met her 10 years. I met her when the high school pregnancy was a 10-year-old. That's when I had to pick her up. That's when I had to adopt responsibility in my life. Oh, it's so crazy. That's another thing that makes this a dangerous place. Is I can say this is not crazy for you responsible parents, but for everybody else, it's like, oh, I believe in marriage. Yeah, no cheers. What the fuck, right? How did that become a controversial stance? It's like, oh, that Tony Karate. I hear he loves his family. He wants to be responsible so he can take care of his children. Clearly not. I'm at a pizza joint on a Saturday. This is so selfish what I'm doing. This is ridiculous. How do I think I'm going to pay for anything doing this? But anyway, thank you guys so much. You guys are super, super crazy for being here. My name is Anthony. Have a wonderful night.
All right, thank you so much, Anthony. And now it is my pleasure to bring up the one, the only, Melissa. Give it up for Melissa, you guys!
Thank you so much. Still kind of pornographic, taking my mask off in public.
Yeah!
Feels a little risky. Speaking of porn, this is a PSA, gentlemen, from Auntie Melissa. Unless explicitly requested, please stop rubbing the clitoris like a countertop that you just got Sharpie on. Oh, fuck, it's not coming out. The clit has 8,000 nerve endings in the tip alone. That is double the amount of your precious little pain, my guy. Yeah, and you don't see me going. Unless explicitly requested. Alright? Yeah. So just be kind to her, you know? I don't know, the clit, the whole person. That might get me to watch porn. I don't know. Is anybody turned on by like a polite date? Like integrity, doing what you say you're gonna do? Ooh, gets me hot. I would watch all of it, not fast forward through the dialogue and just get to the PMVs, you know what I mean? Anyway, do you know what I hate? People. Just kidding. No, I knew you would. I knew you would. No, I hate when after someone does something for you and you thank them, they say, I do what I can. Like it's a big deal. Like they didn't just hold the door open. Yeah. You don't see me going to NASA working on a rocket engine because I do what I can't. You know what I mean? We all do what we can. So, take it easy. So I did just move here, as the lovely host and Liz has told you guys. And I feel really blessed and really, really grateful to be here. I do. I do come from an island as far as ancestrally goes, but it's just one that's cold and rainy, not hot and rainy. So, you know, I burn. SPF 50 is my tanning lotion. But I have noticed a few things since moving here. And one of them is that there is a lot of homophobia. Our I don't remember what his name is, Paco? Yes. Bad cat?
Paco.
Yeah, Paco. Paco did mention that there might be some homophobic things said, you know, and I have noticed that there is a lot of homophobia on this island. A lot of lifted trucks give them away, you know? So, yeah, they're a good amount. And they're the kind of guy, they're the type, you know, it's like a lot of machismo. It's a lot of like, they would rape a man and then call him gay, you know? Yeah. You know the type, I know the type. It's kind of interesting that it's still a thing. Rape. No, I mean homophobia. Because you know what they say about people that make homophobic jokes, right? That they're
Gay.
emotionally stunted and cut off from the whole of human experience, right? Yeah. Yeah, but also they might be gay. Yeah, or questioning. Hey, I'm just saying, be less judgmental and more curious. Or Instagram, maybe said that. So, I am fully vaxxed and waxed. What's up? Who else here is vaccinated? Yeah, all right, yes. You know, someone came up to me the other day and they're like, do you know that you can still get coronavirus even if you're vaccinated? I'm like, yeah. I got Gardasil and I still got HPV, so cool. I know the risk, you know? I know that you can still get something even if you're vaccinated. Yeah, so you just might not get the most deadliest version of the coronavirus, but you can still contract it, right? Like I can't get cancer of the cervix because of Gardasil. And I still, well, I could, I guess, get other strains like I did. So I can't get cancer, and I can't get laid. So that's tight. It's right. Vaccinations work, you guys. They really do. They keep most toxic things away. Right? So, I don't know. Vaccinations are kind of like wearing a seatbelt, you know? CDC recommends both. And you might still die in a car accident, even if you're not wearing it, even if you're wearing a seatbelt, right? But it lessens the risk. But you know, if you want to die, you're going to find a way, right? So how about just not put anyone else in harm's way? That's all I'm asking, right? It's like these assholes that go and kill people because they want to die by suicide of cop, getting shot, right? Yeah. Why don't you just save the middleman and just pop your own noggin? That would be nice. I would appreciate that. That's a you problem, not a we problem. You know what I mean? So keep it over there. Yeah, I'm super sweet. I'm sure you can tell. Yeah, but anyway, so I think that you should probably kill yourself if you want to die. And not kill anybody else. But that's what I mean. Like, if you want to die, but you're like, oh, I don't want to go to hell, I want to go to heaven, and I need someone else to kill me. Do you think that God, after meeting you and being like, oh, by the way, sidebar, I understand that if someone's going to kill people, they probably don't believe in heaven, but jokes, right? So, bear with me. This guy gets to heaven and he's like, oh, I see that you didn't actually kill yourself. You were shot by cops. But it still says you're a mark-ass bitch. So have fun in hell, pussy. Yeah. So, yeah, like I said, I just moved here not too long ago, and it's been really nice. I'm thoroughly enjoying my time here. And I just went to Maui for the first time, never been. Met an old friend there. Yeah, and she has become everything I hate. So, you know, I know clearly, I mean, it would be really hard for me to deny that I'm a white woman, obviously. But her and I met in Boulder, Colorado. That's where I lived for a short time. And she became, over time, entitled, difficult, fussy with food, right? So we're there, and she's like, is it true that, like, Hawaiians really don't like white people? And I was like, for sure. For sure. Yeah, we kind of stole this land, you know what I mean? And so she was like, but I just don't really see it. Like, no one's really that mean to me. I'm like, cool, you are a tourist. They want money. They're gonna be nice to you. They're being paid to be nice to you. Okay, and so then at one point we are at a waterfall, you know, we're chilling, we're doing what we do. And these locals drive by and they're like, fuck you guys. And I was like, hey, see what I mean? Yeah. And she's like, wait, what? I didn't hear that. And I was like, oh, they just said, fuck you guys. And she was like, wow, I just like vibrate at such a frequency that I don't invite that into my space. For real. Legit. She actually said that to me. She did. She was like, I don't hear that. I'm like, no wonder you got divorced. Okay. Oh, yeah. Ugh, that hits close. Yeah, you know? So, dude, okay, here's another thing, because I got time, right? Sweet. 6 minutes, baby. Let's go.
52 seconds.
All right, 7 if you're rounding up. Who went to school? So, yeah, I almost got attacked by a homeless dude last week. No shit. Walking home, and this dude was, you know, walking the other way, turns around, starts following me. So he disappears in my periphery, turn around, running at me full force with a blanket, gonna put it over my head. Oh yeah. I dodge to the side and scream, and I get away. Clearly, I'm here. But, oh, yeah, it was a little scary. Little scary. And I had a joke. Now I'm just telling you guys my problems. Where was the joke, you guys? Yeah, you know, this is free therapy for me. Thank you. Thank you so much. Yeah, thanks for listening. Oh no, that's the fucking thing. Okay, so I then met with another friend. Clearly I have really good taste in friends besides them because they're great. They're all my friends and I love you all so much. But this other person, who actually is from Kauai, but she was here visiting, trying to get some strange. There's more dick on this island. So she and I went to the beach and I told her what happened, and she's like, you know, you're just on their wave somehow. Like, you just need to, like, I don't know, vibrate higher. For real! I am a yoga teacher. I guess I should tell you guys that. I am a yoga teacher, so I am surrounded by these fucking people a lot. And, yeah, like, I'm not the one. I'm the one that'll keep it real with you. I will say, like, you know, you could probably go to a doctor for that. I don't think essential oils is going to cure this. Okay. But there are a lot of people that actually say you should just vibrate higher. You won't get attacked. Yeah, that was real. So I did just move here, and I have actually lost about 75 pounds. Yeah. That's what I tell guys on Tinder, because anytime you say you've lost a lot of weight, people say, wow, you look really good. And I just have to say, like, it's a lifestyle. Like, you know, it's like, you don't just change the way you eat. You change the way you, like, relate to food. So, like, thank you so much. Yeah, 75 pounds. I might lose 100. We don't really know. Yeah, so we got 4 minutes. Motherfuck. Yeah. Did you guys know that 1 out of 5 people, according to a recent study done in 2020, 1 in 5 people suffer from mental illness? That surprised me, right? Because that means 4 out of 5 people enjoy it. I'm one of the latter. I actually fucking love my mental illness. Woo! Yeah. Clearly, I'm standing on stage trying to make strangers laugh. My dad didn't love me, so yeah, 1 out of 5, man, that's a lot, you know. So statistically, we're sitting in a fucking cesspool of people suffering and other people enjoying it, you know. Anyway, I think that's, well, oh, you know what? Sidebar, psych. I did have a closer, so let me think about this. Trying to remember it.
Yeah, work it out.
Oh, this comes back to like trying to kill people with a gun as a person that just wants to die. Let's face it, if you are a white man, you will kill people and get arrested. Right? Yeah. And if you are black or brown, you could be sleeping in your own bed and still get shot by the cops. Justice for Breonna Taylor. Thank you very much. That's my time.
Thank you very much. Amazing. Give it up for Alyssa. Yeah. Something nice to sing. I forgot it. What do you call a dating app for comedians? A one mic stand. Our next comic coming to the stage is the one, the only, Trey. And I just learned he's great, so give it up for the greats!
How you guys doing tonight? Hey. Am I still on camera if I sit down? Fuck, I'm drunk, man. I am fucking plastered. I never slept since yesterday. I came here, did comedy last night, and I'm back again. Be good or be good at it. That's how I live my life. Can I get an amen?
Amen.
A fucking man, because no women deserve to fucking live in this life, right? No, I'm just joking. And she's looking at me, she's like, I'm a fucking strong, independent woman. Oh man. Yeah. You fucks with niggas, don't you? I can tell she does. She likes them black. She likes her coffee strong. With a dash of cream. That's me, I'm a dash of cream. What's up, guys? I'm Trey. How you guys doing tonight? For real, though. How you guys doing, for real? Yeah. Wanna know a little bit about me? So, I actually went to Genki Sushi before this and ate some sushi in my roommate. We had ourselves a little fucking bro date. It was very romantic. I mean, dude, we like to get hard with the boys, you know? Try to get hard with the boys, and we were always hard with the boys. We always been hard. But as we're leaving Genki Sushi, this fucking lady, this white lady, homeless, probably homeless, she goes, "Fuck you, fat asses." Like, me and my roommate, we're fucking chunky fucks, so we're just like, oh, all right, whatever. And I was like, hey, fuck you, lady. And she goes, "Fuck you, niggerhead." Bro, I'm not making this up. This literally happened like half an hour ago. I didn't know how to react. I honestly didn't know how to react. At first I was like, I'm like, whoa, I'm angry. But then I was like, respect. Respect. She just went the hard R and then threw the head at the end, like she said a nigger head, and I was like, oh, okay, well. So I let the nigger out, and then I was like, hey, what are you gonna do, bitch? What are you gonna do? But I'm backing up the whole time because I'm not gonna get into a fight. I'm not a fighter. I'm a big talker though, yo. I got a big ass mouth. I can talk my way out of a fucking fight. You guys from around here? You guys ever been to Old Tools before? In Chinatown, the little Irish bar? Chinatown, Irish bar, Old Tools. One of my favorite bars to fucking go to. But I used to work right next to it, so I'd always get there really drunk and leave 2 a.m. hammered as hell, right? And I got into a situation one time. It's 2 a.m. I'm leaving the fucking bar, and this lady steps out, just like Jessica. She's dressed in a fucking tee. She's looking good, and all I do is say like, "Wow, you look really amazing tonight." That's all I said to this woman. And then this big ass fucking guy, 6'3", 340 fucking pounds, goes, "Hey, why are you complimenting my friend's girlfriend?" Yeah, I was like, your friend's girlfriend? Why are you defending your friend's girlfriend unless you're fucking her? Yeah, that's how I almost got into the fight. Because apparently they were fucking, because the boyfriend ran away, the girlfriend ran away, and then he tried to fight me. Granted, 6'3", 340 fucking a million pounds, you know? And he's like, hey, you fuck, you like scrap? Buddy, listen to me, buddy. We all know how it's gonna go. Everybody here is drunk and they want to see a fucking fight. And yes, everybody would be really excited to watch me get my ass kicked for like 5 seconds. But after 5 seconds of me getting my ass kicked, they're gonna feel bad for me, you know? Because this fucking 5 foot, a million fucking pound motherfucker just beat the shit out of me. He just beat up a kid. And I tell this to this guy, and I'm like, hey, you don't want to fight me because I'm gonna be the one who wins at the end. That being said, I'm 12-0. You ever fucking just binge in life, you know? I'm binging life right now. I never went to sleep last night. Like, I started playing video games and I had a bottle of whiskey and I was sipping on it, and all of a sudden it's 3 p.m. and I'm still playing video games. And I was like, oh, fuck it, might as well stay up. That's the fucking sad part of my life. No one tells you this after you fucking, you know, start being a real adult, you know. Sit my ass down. Tired of fucking standing. Tired of standing all day. You know what they fucking do? I wouldn't mind working at Safeway and shit if they gave me a fucking chair. Like, they don't get, like, why do I have to be standing in order to be working, right? What, you work in an office. You sit down all day. Are you not working? Idiot. Are you not working the whole time you're sitting down? Right? You know what they do in Europe? In Europe, if you work at like a grocery store or something, they have little stools. Stools. I'm not talking about shit. I'm talking about actual fucking, what I'm sitting on right now. I'm sitting on a stool.
He's drunk as fuck.
Oh yeah. I am drunk as fuck. I am. That's why I'm drinking the water.
Drink responsibly, kids.
Drink responsibly. And when you hit the college level, always get a water bottle. Keep it on deck. And college. You're making me reflect on my fucking life so hard right now. Like, I used to be, shut up, Rail. Come on. But I used to have so much like, you know, ambition, you know? I wanted to be a music producer, you know? I thought I could be like Paco Loco and just be on a fucking radio DJ, but really, you just went working for Pixar making click-clack noises. And then now look at me, 10 years after that. This is my 10th year. I graduated high school 10 years ago, guys. Don't clap for that. I've dropped out of college 3 times. Not even like real college, community college. I went to ACC and I dropped out 3 fucking times. I don't even deserve to say it anymore.
Yeah! Failure!
And honestly, I thought my dad was gonna age a lot faster than he's actually aging. But my dad is actually aging slower than I am. Like, my dad looks like he's my brother now. And that's bad. like I thought I was gonna get inheritance one day, but really I'm not getting inheritance. My dad just has to pay for my funeral. My dad, shut up, Paco. Little kung fu fighting on your ass. I don't know. What? Does my voice sound really hoarse right now?
Yes, sir.
I feel like I've been screaming way too much. Ah! Yeah. Bro. I was like, hey, Paco, how much time are we getting? He's like, 15 minutes. And I was like, oh, shit. I was only going to do 4, but now I'm going to